This is James with WSTrades.com. I want to bring you an update here, but before I get to this update, I want to say if you are looking for a trading account and you are new to the stock market, Moomoo does have a pretty good promotion going on right now. So if you go to the link in the comments and description section of this video, sign up for Moomoo and make a deposit. They do have this promotion going on where you can receive up to 15 free stocks plus one extra share of Tesla or Google. So if that's something that you're interested in, head to that link, check it out, head over to Moomoo and sign up and, get some free stock. Hey everyone, this is James with WSTrades.com. I want to provide an update here on ticker TTOO or T2 BioSystems. So they are down about a penny on the day here, which is 3.38%. I've been following this stock quite a bit, but I haven't made a video in a little while on it. They haven't had much in the way of any new SEC filings or press releases, but I did see their latest press release here on the 6th. I was just talking about a little bit of dilution that is happening here with this inducement award plan. So under this plan, they're granting 5,700 shares of common stock and then some restricted stock units, which cover 40,000 shares of the company's common stock. So if you look at that, that is just shy of about 46,000 shares of common stock there. It says, subject to Mr. Trout's continued service to the company, 1/3 of the RSUs shall vest on each of the first 2 anniversaries of the grant date, and the remainder shall vest on the 3rd anniversary of the grant date. So it kind of lines up there. Some of the timelines in relation to this dilution, it is a decent amount of dilution, but it's nothing like we saw with CR Group and their debt conversion, which just converted into like hundreds of millions of shares of common stock, and then they sold them all immediately. So they just caused this massive dump in the stock price. But it has recovered since then. If we come in here and we look at the daily time frame here, you can see since September 28th, they are in a nice little uptrend. So a nice little pump, dump, pump, starting to sell off here a little bit. So they are in a nice little uptrend here, making some higher lows and some higher highs. And they do have earnings coming up here. It is tomorrow, and it says after hours. So if we come in here and look at analyst consensus estimates here, they are expecting 4 cents per share of a loss here in EPS. So expected to lose 4 cents a share. And revenue is expected to come in at $2.6 million. So if we look at that number there, let's just say these analysts and their consensus is true, and let's just say they report a loss of only 4 cents a share come tomorrow. That is a pretty good improvement. If we come in here to Thinkorswim, we go out to the weekly here, we can kind of zoom back here, and you can see if we go back 4 quarters, geez, they had a horrendous earnings report here where they lost $2.95 a share. So if they do come in again with 4 cents a share in the negative on EPS, that is a massive improvement. If we look back to the previous quarter here where they lost 8 cents a share, that's also an improvement, not as big of an improvement, but still an improvement. If you go back 4 quarters to the previous year, they lost 10 cents a share. So there's an improvement there. Maybe we'll get a massive improvement here. And then you can see these quarters right here are really brutal, losing $1.41, losing $1.32. So if they can kind of continue this trend, maybe losing 8 cents a share, 4 cents a share, keeping those, EPS losses under that 10-cent mark, that's going to be a huge improvement. If they can swing a couple more quarters, coming in less than 10 cents a share lost, that is going to be a massive improvement here on the earnings. We'll kind of see, if that holds true, and then maybe the next quarter they can shrink that a little bit more. But definitely, this quarter and what the analysts are seeking tomorrow for this next earnings report, they are definitely improving on their EPS numbers, no doubt. And we'll kind of see with their T2 bio threat, that thing getting FDA approval. Hopefully that's going to help them in the financial statements. We can start to see some sales, some revenues coming in to kind of help out the cash flow statements and the income statements. But with that being said, I am still predicting a reverse split to happen here just because they are trading right now under 28 cents and they only have until November 20th to hit that $1 minimum bid price requirement. So we've got just over a month, and I don't see them hitting it. And the reason I say that is because even on the day of the FDA approval, that didn't even get them to 50 cents. I mean, there was this massive pump here and this massive rip. And then, we had all that dilution and CR Group dumping hundreds of millions of shares to drag them down here to about 14, 15 cents. And now they are kind of bouncing back from that point. But, I just don't see this thing ripping like 200 to 300% in a month. I mean, I know these penny stocks sometimes can make some wild runs. We see one right here from TTOO from like 5 cents to 70 cents. But, I don't expect these types of moves here to hold unless we get some crazy guidance. Maybe they come out with a press release saying, hey, we're going to expect our cash flow statements or our income statements to be affected in this crazy way, and we're going to expect like a ton of revenue to come in from T2 biothreat sales. We're going to need something that's going to relate directly to the financial statements if we're going to see some insane rip like that and for that to actually hold. Because if it's just, what we kind of saw here before, didn't hold up. Dumped pretty good, FDA approval, pretty decent rip. Nothing like this one, but again, didn't hold up. So I'll continue to keep you updated here on ticker TTOO or T2 BioSystems. Please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you for taking the time to watch this. Talk to you soon.